Jets select Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner is a New York Jet!
Swaggy Sauce Gardner.
I love Sauce. I love his tape. I love his press technique. I love his confidence. He has everything you want to see in the position. And I think Robert Saleh and this scheme is perfect. It's a hand-in-glove fit for him, man.
Garrett Wilson.
It's Garrett Wilson! The New York Jets have just got two big-time playmakers!
I believe that Garrett Wilson is going to be the most impactful rookie receiver in this class. And I think we see Zach Wilson play like he did the last 6 games of the year, times 10, and have a phenomenal second season.
Wow, you think? Yeah! Yeah! Let's Jermaine Johnson!
Breece Hall, running back, Iowa State.
Breece Hall, oh my God, they got him! They went offense. They went with the best running back in the draft. Jeremy Rucker, oh my God! The Long Island native is a New York Jet!
J-E-T-S, Jet! Let's go!
Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to another Jets Media live stream. And today we will be previewing the New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills game that is kicking off this Sunday at MetLife Stadium. The New York Jets are 5-3 and lost their first game in a month against the New England Patriots. And now we have the biggest test of the season against the Buffalo Bills, who are probably the most well-rounded football team in the league. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the league, who's an MVP favorite in Josh Allen. They got a top defense against the pass. They got a stout special teams. And this game is going to be very, very interesting to see how this Jets team prevails. So, welcome into the stream, everybody. Do your boy a gigantic favor. Hit the hell out of that like button on your way into the show so we get as many Jets fans and maybe some Buffalo Bills fans in here as possible to really talk about this matchup, because it's not going to be easy, right? I'll say this. The Jets win this game. Oh, my goodness. But first, let's get into my thoughts of the game and my expectations before we get into the X factors, key to victory, key matchups. A lot of things we're going to be breaking down here on the this live stream. So the first thing that we have to talk about is Zach Wilson, right? Zach Wilson's coming off a game where he lost the Jets the game, right? 3 interceptions, bad. Now he has to go up against the best defense in the NFL against the pass, first in every category. They got a dog in Von Miller. They have a secondary that is beast. I know that Poyer might be out, and I know White still might be gone. But they are still a very well-coached team and a defense that is dominating quarterbacks. So this is your time, Zach. Now, I'm not expecting Zach Wilson to ball out, but if the Jets have any chance of winning this game, Zach Wilson's got to take care of the football, and it's that simple. Just don't turn the ball over. Stick to the formula that we had of 4 games of a winning streak of playing turnover-free ball. Rely on the run game. Rely on the defense. Rely on the special teams. Don't turn the ball over. We win. But we are going against the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. So it's not going to be that easy. So there are going to be times where Zach Wilson's going to have to go down the field and throw the football. And I'm excited to see him step up for the challenge. Because Zach Wilson, after watching the film and seeing all the stats, outside of those 3 boneheaded throws, he did not have that bad of a game. So my thing with Zach is, can he get rid of those boneheaded mistakes? Can he get rid of the turnovers? Because if he did not throw 3 interceptions, those 3 balls, if he just threw them out of bounds and ate them and did not throw those interceptions, I think we'll be talking about a big different game. I don't know if he would have won. I don't know if he would have lost. But my point is, Zach Wilson had 9 explosive plays against the Patriots. He had 355 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. That's not something we should just forget about, okay? We're going to talk about the negatives, but that's not something we should just kick to the curb and say, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Zach had nine explosive plays. It doesn't matter that he had 2 touchdowns. It doesn't matter he had 355 yards. No, it does matter, actually. It does freaking matter. And I can't even tweet anything anymore. Every time I tweet something, I just have a barrage of Jets fans just, oh. So this is my time to get everything off my chest. Because if Zach Wilson stays in the pocket and throws the football down the field and makes the explosive plays and limits the turnovers, it's a different game. And if you look at the spray chart that Next Gen Stats came out with on Sunday, he had a very good game in terms of spreading the ball around the field outside of the 3 interceptions. And the 3 interceptions are 100% going to be the main focus because that's why we lost. My point is, there was so much good that we saw from Zach Wilson in that game where it's like, can he put it all together? Now, I don't want to make it seem like I'm comparing Josh Allen to Zach Wilson, but Josh Allen was asked about Zach Wilson on the Kyle Brandt podcast. And Josh Allen said, in my second year in the NFL, I had 3 interceptions against the Patriots, and that was a turning point. So is this the turning point for Zach? I have no idea. But the fan base is quickly turning on him. We have a very impatient fan base, and they're turning on him in 18 career games. And it's unfortunate, but it's the reality of being a quarterback in the New York market. You do not allow any patience. You allow no room for growth. You allow no negative stuff. You have to be good immediately. And Zach has to step up mentally. It's all about up here for Zach Wilson. So that's really my thoughts of Zach, because he's going to be the biggest thing, man. He's going to be the biggest X factor of this game. And we're going to get deeper into that as the scene progresses. So guys, please, again, hit that like button on your way in to the show. We got a lot of things to talk about. We kill our quarterbacks as Jets fans. Yes, we do, man. We really do. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I don't understand why you don't use Zach in the hurry-up offense. He does a lot better when he doesn't have to think and gets rid of the ball quickly. Yeah, I would love to see a more up-tempo offense for sure. I agree. 100%. So there's a lot of things we're going to break down in the stream. The key matchups. Sauce Gardner against Stefon Diggs. That's going to be the matchup of the game. That's the matchup I'm looking forward to the most. The defense in general against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. This defense has been a positive for all season long, and I have the biggest test against the Josh Allen-led Buffalo Bills. The Jets offense, how are they going to be able to move the ball down the field against this stout Buffalo Bills defense? There's a lot of things, a lot of individual players that we're going to talk about, of course. But before we do that, I want to hear a quick word from the sponsor of the flight preview segment, and that is Prize Picks. And if you guys are not familiar with Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app that if you guys use my promo code JetsMedia, you can get 100% of your deposit matched up to $100 today. So if you click the link down below in the description, use promo code JetsMedia, you deposit $50, you get $50 of free bets. You deposit $10, you get $10 of free bets. $100 of free bets. So let's make a parlay including our New York Jets, and let's all figure it out together. So they have Zach Wilson at 213.5 passing yards. They got Garrett Wilson at 46.5 receiving yards and Tyler Conklin at 28.5 receiving yards. I find that very interesting. Now, I think Zach Wilson's going to I don't think he's going to be able to pass the ball a lot. We're going up against one of the best pass defenses in the entire league, right? So I'm going to take the under on Zach Wilson's pass yards, but I'm going to take the over on both Garrett Wilson and Conklin's yards because those two players are coming off big-time games. And I think those are the two guys that Zach Wilson will lean on. I don't know. I don't want to root against Zach Wilson going over 213 yards. I know he's coming off a game where we had 355 passing yards, but we're going up against the best pass defense in the league. And if the Jets can win the game somehow, and Zach Wilson has 150 yards and no turnovers, and we run the ball and play good defense, get back to our winning formula, I'd be totally okay with that. And then let's get into the Bills. They got Josh Allen at 285. Josh Allen's coming off a game last week where he had like 215. Josh Allen's 40 rushing yards. Wow. I mean, he gets over 40 rushing yards wow, that's sad. He's probably going to get more than that. And Stefon Diggs. So, are we going to be able to hold Josh Allen to under 285? I'm taking Diggs less. I don't know, man. The Jets' pass defense has been good this year, but I don't know. Can the New York Jets contain Josh Allen and get him under 285 passing yards? Interesting. I'm going to take the less. I believe in our defense, and I'm going to double down on our defense, okay? And I'm going to put $20 on this. Zach Wilson, less 213. Garrett Wilson, more 46. Tyler Conklin, more than 28. Allen and Diggs, under 285 and under 82. So, if you look at Diggs' numbers, though, the last 3 games, he's been hot. He's been getting over 82.5 pretty frequently. It's 3 straight games over 100. Now, this is just me putting trust in Sauce, and I'm going to double down on my guy Sauce, okay? You know what? I'm going to put $15 on this. $15. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, baby. Let's go. If you guys want to make your own parlay, you don't have to follow mine. But if you want to do your own parlay, and look, I've won $340 on this. So if you guys want to join the party, click the link down below in the description, put in the code JETSMedia, and you can join today, and they will give you free money. Free money based on your deposit. You deposit $15, you get $15 of free bets. So that means you have $30 of bet money to use. Or you want to get crazy, you put $75 down. Well, guess what? They match that. They give you $75 of free bets to use. So you guys understand, I would take advantage of this code if I were you, because it is a great deal that Prize Picks is cooking up for the whole season. And you win good money on here, man. And the best part about it, man, even if, say, everything hits, Allen gets under, Diggs gets under, Conklin gets over, Wilson gets over, but Zach goes over, and 4 out of the 5 hit, I still double my money. That's my personal favorite part of Prize Picks. So use the promo code today, ladies and gentlemen, to get your Prize Picks bets in. Now let's get into the deep nitty gritty of this flight preview. All right. So first, let's talk about keys to victory. So here are my keys to victory. If you guys want to give me your keys to victory in the chat, please feel free to do so. Establish a run game. Quick, easy throws, but also attempt explosive pass plays. Let's change that to pass plays, right? We want multiple, not one pass play, but multiple. Quarterback pressure. Can we get to Josh Allen? Also, we got to contain Allen runs. And we got to force turnovers and win on special teams. So it seems easy, right? It seems simple. Just do these things and you win. Well, I'll say this. If the Jets establish a run game, if they get the quick and easy throws going, if they attempt some explosive pass plays and they get going, if they get quarterback pressure, if they can contain Josh Allen on his runs, if they can force turnovers and they win on special teams, I know it's a tall task, but the New York Jets will win the ball game if they do all these things. Now, I don't think they'll do all of them, but they got to do some of them. And let's start talking about the run game, because the Jets abandoned the run against the Patriots, which is really frustrating. How are you going to run the ball 15 times against a team that gave up like 1,000 million yards on the ground against the Chicago Bears? I don't know. So we don't have Breece Hall. We don't have ABT, and we can feel the loss of them against the Patriots. So the New York Jets got to really run the ball with Michael Carter and James Robinson. Can this be where James Robinson gets cooking? Because James Robinson's a damn good running back. He's no Breece Hall, but he's very good. Michael Carter's also very good. So let's give them the rock. Don't abandon the run. There was a time yesterday on Sunday where the Jets ran the ball up the middle to James Robinson, 7 yards. Perfect. 2nd and 3. And then they passed the ball back-to-back plays, third down, 4th down, punt. If it's 2nd and 3, you run the damn ball. Run the damn football, okay? Don't abandon the run. That is our identity. There's nothing wrong with being a ground and pound offense. Now, when it comes to the passing attack, how can we match up against this elite defense of the Buffalo Bills? Quick, easy throws. Ball snapped, quick read, get rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds, get the ball out of your hands, Zach Wilson, quickly and decisively and early. Can we also not go 3 and out on our first offensive possession? Can the Jets get aggressive? Can the Jets go down the field, whether they get the ball first or second, and score 3 points or a touchdown? Is that too much to ask? Huh? Right? Start off strong and attempt some explosive plays. Zach Wilson had 9 explosive plays. 9. What's the definition of an explosive play? 15 plus yards. So I would love to see more designed rollouts, bombs. That Garrett Wilson bomb was beautiful. Let's see more of that. That Denzel Mims explosive play was gorgeous. Let's see more of that. Tyler Conklin getting loose over the middle. Let's see more of that. I want to see Zach Wilson really step up in this game, and I have confidence that he will. Because what I saw from Zach Wilson against the New England Patriots was a lot of good and a lot of bad. So can he fix the bad? I have no idea. Especially going up against this defense. It's hard to really expect him to do that. And I think Jets fans are going into this game just expecting an L and expecting to be 5-4. But any given Sunday, don't lose hope, all right? People have audacity to say Zach does not have talent. The Garrett Wilson bomb literally made me scream. Bro, if people say that Zach Wilson does not have talent, they do not know what they're talking about. The issue with Zach Wilson is not a talent problem. It's a mind problem. It's making the bad mistakes. It's not reading defenses. That's a completely different conversation. If you do not think Zach Wilson possesses talent at the quarterback position, I don't know what to tell you, right? Zach has the raw ability. He has the raw traits that you want in a modern-day quarterback. But the issue is the mind needs to connect with the arm. The mind needs to connect with the legs. The arm needs to – they all need to be in sync. Because you can be a very talented quarterback but not succeed if you cannot read the defense properly, if you cannot dissect the defense, if you cannot rally your team together, if you cannot make the right reads, have the right pocket presence, right? There's a lot of things that Zach Wilson needs to improve on. My biggest concern with Zach Wilson, guys, after watching the film, is his pocket presence. Because he's not trusting the offensive line. Because when there is a good pocket, he's not stepping into the pocket. And that's frustrating me. There's a good pocket, and he's backpedaling and rolling out when he shouldn't be. Because I think he's getting bad habits of getting used to pressure. So he needs to trust himself to step into these throws more and not throw off his back leg. Now, when it comes to the defense, defense, quarterback pressure. We're coming off a game where we had 6 sacks. Now, can this Jets team get 6 sacks on Josh Allen? Probably not. There's going to be so many times, guys, where this Jets team gets to Josh Allen, but he escapes. And I just thought of another key to victory that I have to add defensively. That was a very bad thing on defense last week. Third down defense. Third down defense was so bad against the Patriots. So freaking bad. So, quarterback pressure. Get to Josh Allen. Interior pass rush. Exterior pass rush. Get home with the 4-man rush. I have confidence in the defensive line to do what their job is. But when Josh Allen extends the plays, when he rolls to his right, when he rolls to his left, do we have a quarterback spy on him? Do we have contain? Is the secondary going to be able to hold up against Diggs and Davis down the field for that long? I'm not sure. It's a lot to ask. Contain Josh Allen runs. He's going to run the football a lot. And it's going to drive me crazy. I know it. I'm going to be watching the game, freaking out, watching Josh Allen. Should be sacked. He's not sacked. He's bumbling. He's stumbling, juking people out, hurdling over people. He's a baller. So quarterback pressure, contain Josh Allen runs. Now force turnovers. The way you force turnovers against Josh Allen is pressure. Force him into errant throws. Force him to throw the ball into bad coverage. And maybe bat the ball at the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do against Josh Allen because he's a big quarterback. But forcing turnovers is going to be key. We had a great interception from Michael Carter II, and he should have had 2. Can we strip the ball? Can we hit someone hard and force a fumble? Can we get a strip sack? Can we get picks? This is the game where the defense has a chance to win it for us. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be an easy thing to do, and I'm not saying it's 100% going to happen, but the way that this defense has been playing this year, if they want to have their best game of the season, now is the time. Because if we can shut down and contain Josh Allen to just not having a great game, and he can have one of his worst games of the season against us, that is a gigantic sign for the future of this team, bro. If this could be a low-scoring battle, similar to the Patriots game, where we are forcing field goals instead of touchdowns, we're forcing turnovers, we're forcing the Bills to punt, because, guys, the Bills don't punt. The Bills never punt. And the Jets got to figure out a way to force them to punt. Josh Allen is coming off his worst performance of the season against the Green Bay Packers. He had 2 interceptions and only 215 passing yards. Now, I don't think that Josh Allen is someone that is has a bad game and has another bad game. He's someone that bounces back. But the Jets got to capitalize on defense. And more importantly, third down defense. The Jets played the best defense I've seen them play all year against the Patriots on first and second down. But on third down, it was not the case. The third down defense was so freaking bad, allowing Mac Jones to run for first downs, guys streaking over the middle. It was just bad, bad, bad. So the defense, they need to really play their top-notch defense on third down. And they got to feed off the energy of MetLife Stadium. MetLife should be rocking on third downs. You hear the announcement, guy, and it's third down and 6. And everyone's like, "Rah!" The Jets defense got to wake the hell up on third down, bro. Force them to punt. Win on special teams. Now, that's not going to be easy. The Buffalo Bills have a very good special teams unit, but so do the Jets. The Jets lost on special teams against the Patriots, and we know that the Patriots are a special teams juggernaut as well. So, can the Jets special teams have a bounce-back performance? Can we return the ball a little bit? Can we punt better? Can we hit our field goals? Can we block a punt? Can we block a field goal? The identity of this team is running the ball, playing stout defense, and winning on special teams. Those three aspects of the game should be consistent, and when they are consistent, we could be winning any game. Sauce Gardner guarding Stephon Diggs, DJ Reed guarding Gabe Davis, and Michael Carter II got McKenzie. That's going to be a great, great matchup, and he's got the Jets winning. Bills don't have a run game. Well, they do got Hines now. Who guards Knox? And hard to play man against Bills because of Allen's ability to run. Yeah, that is the issue here. It's hard to play man coverage against the Bills because of that reason. It's going to be Quan Alexander on Knox, Michael Carter II sometimes on Knox, CJ Mosley on Knox, Quincy Williams on Knox sometimes. Not going to be an easy task. Our secondary wins us this game. Yeah. Bro, let me say this. If Sauce Gardner locks down Stephon Diggs in this game, he is elite. I mean, he already is elite, right? But at the same time, if he doesn't lock down Stephon Diggs, can we be mad at him? He's been literally perfect all season. I feel like a game is destined for him to get torched. But at the same time, I don't, because he's just so talented where it's impossible for him to get torched. I feel like the only way Stephon Diggs gets the sauce is if he draws penalties on him. That's the way. That's why I feel like the Bills are going to attack Sauce. They're gonna force Sauce to play handsy defense, and Sauce has been getting away with the penalties so far, And we'll see if that will continue. So that is the biggest matchup I'm looking forward to. It's Sauce Gardner versus Stephon Diggs. And that's why I made it the thumbnail of this video. Because this is Sauce's time to really step up and say, I am here, I'm a rookie, and I am the best cornerback in the AFC East. Because he's playing like it. Now, Tre'Davious White has been injured all year, so that's a big reason why. Jack Jones, you got to give him credit for the Patriots. He's been playing good football. But the Jets defense has a chance. They actually have a chance. This is the biggest test of the year by far. Biggest test of the year. Now, on offense, the Jets just do not match up well. The Jets offense does not match up against the Bills defense. That's a fact. Here are the Jets X factors. Zach Wilson, Michael Carter, Tyler Conklin, the entire offensive line, Sauce Gardner, Carl Lawson, and LaMarcus Joyner. Now, Zach Wilson, yeah, you're an X factor, buddy. You have to wake the hell up and limit the turnovers. All right? If Zach Wilson does not if Zach Wilson turns the ball over more than once, it's an automatic L. If Zach Wilson protects the ball and we run the ball, we have a chance. Which is why Michael Carter is the next X factor. Can he put the team on his back? He is the heartbeat of this offense. He was early on. Michael Carter's got to be able to pick up 4 or 5 yards of carry. And that connects with the offensive line to block for him. Tyler Conklin is a very underrated piece to this offense. He's coming off a phenomenal game. 6 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think Zach Wilson has to lean on Tyler Conklin more in this game. I know that the Bills have good linebackers over the middle, but I do like Tyler Conklin in this game a lot. And on defense, Sauce Gardner is going to be an X factor for sure because he has to match up against Stephon Diggs. Carl Lawson, he needs to wake up too. I mean, it's not like he's having a bad season. He's actually having a sensational season for the Jets. But he's a key in this game to get edge pressure on Josh Allen. And you might be asking, why do I have LaMarcus Joyner? Well, he is a key to help out Sauce in this game. They're going to take shots down the field, not only to Diggs, but don't forget about Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis has a lot of talent and a lot of ability to go deep. So Joyner has to be that safety, backing up Sauce, communicating with Sauce, and helping Sauce downfield. And that's why I added LaMarcus Joyner here on this list. So the entire offensive line is probably going to be the X factor of this game as well. Can they open holes for the run game? Can they protect Zach Wilson? When Zach Wilson has a clean pocket and Zach Wilson throws from the pocket, he actually is a very good quarterback this season. And that's not me just saying that. That's a fact. Stats back it up. When Zach Wilson is pressured, he is the worst quarterback in the NFL. So we know that the Bills are going to be pressuring Zach with Von Miller and their dogs up front. So it's up to the Jets offensive line to hold tight. Hold tight. You feel me? Won't be easy. It will not be easy. Like, listen, guys, let's just be straight up. The only way the Jets pull off an upset is if they play perfect football. Mistake-free ball. If they really want to prove that this is like a different squad where they can match up, and I also want to say this. I don't want to make it seem like I have a loser's mentality, but if the Jets are in this game and late in the fourth quarter, and it takes a Josh Allen come from behind victory, or it takes like a winning field goal, or there's 5 minutes left and the Bills just come away with the win in the end, but we were in the game until the end and the Jets cover the spread, that really shows you a lot about the growth of this team. Because the Bills are a Super Bowl team. We're going up against a team that is a Super Bowl favorite. So it won't be easy. All right? It won't be easy. But the defense is the X factor. The secondary has to play their best ball, and they've been locked down. We have 2 top 5 corners on the same team, and not to mention the slot corner in Michael Carter II, who's having a breakout season in year number 2. So It ain't gonna be easy, but I'm excited for the challenge. To be honest, I'm more excited for the challenge, less than like nervous about the Bills. To be frank with you guys, I got confidence. Guys, if you're just tuning into the show, please do your boy a gigantic favor and hit the hell out of the like button. We got 70 people watching with only 25 likes. Whether you're a Jets fan, Bills fan, Dolphins fan, whatever fan you represent, do your boy a gigantic favor and smash the hell out of that thumbs up button for your boy. As we're just getting started here on the flight preview edition of the New York Jets. Thank you guys so much. Quinnen got to be on here. Yeah, you're right. He is another X Factor. Shout out Quinnen Williams, by the way, AFC Defensive Player of the Month. And then another big shout out to Garrett Wilson. Another Rookie of the Week honors goes to Garrett Wilson. And Quinnen Williams wins AFC Defensive Player of the Month. So that's what it is all about. All right, guys. So now we're going to hear from a guest of the show. You guys know him well. He's joining the show to give his thoughts about this Jets and Bills game. Because there's a lot to look forward to in this game, in my opinion. This is a big, big, big test.
What it do? What it do? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. We just are going over. We're a half hour into the stream. We went over the Jets X Factors. I have Zach Wilson, Michael Carter, Tyler Conklin, the offensive line, Sauce Gardner, Carl Lawson, and Joyner. So we'll start off with that, Jack. Out of any of the players that I have listed on here, are there any players that I left off this list or players you agree with that you feel like are X Factors in a way that they need to step up in order to pull off an upset against the Bills?
Yeah, but you got to read me that list one more time.
Yeah, here, I'll put it on the screen.
Like, whoa. Oh, there we go. I mean, definitely. I mean, we can just go by person. Zach Wilson, obviously. Michael Carter, for sure. The run game needs to improve from where it was last week. Tyler Conklin obviously played great, but we need him to continue to play like that. We need him to be consistent. The entire offensive line, I love it. They definitely need to step up and make life easy on Zach Wilson, improve the running game. Sauce Gardner, not his first test. He's gone up against some decent wide receivers, but this is his first like elite wide receiver that he's facing on the year. So very excited to see how that matchup between him and Stephon Diggs is going to play out. Carl Lawson for sure off the edge. We don't have, obviously we want to see Jermaine Johnson back out there. Bryce Huff has been playing pretty well. But we still want to see consistent edge presence. And thank God for Quinnen Williams having the year that he's having on the interior, because it's making life easier on these edge rushers, I think. But I would say Lawson's definitely an X factor. He's got to step up. And can we get Josh Allen to the ground? That's the thing, Richie, you said it in an earlier stream this week. Like, I already know it's going to be like 3rd and 7. We're going to be like, get him. Damn it. And he like runs 8 yards, slides, or runs out of bounds or whatever. Like, you already know that's going to happen a few times. So if we can contain Josh Allen, get him to the ground when we get our hands on him in the backfield. And
speaking on Carl Lawson, I just want to show you this stat. I'm not sure if you're aware of how good Carl Lawson's been playing this year. Carl Lawson has 4 sacks in 8 games for the Jets, has an NFL leading 45 quarterback hits and pressures.
Damn, I did not know that. He's kind of a quiet warrior, it seems like. He doesn't get a lot of attention. I had no idea he was first in the NFL in those
First in the NFL. That is the best edge rusher in the NFL at getting to the quarterback. And 4 sacks is no slouch as well. So Carl Lawson is definitely having a season where it doesn't feel like he's dominating like Quinnen Williams, for example. He's dominating, and we can all tell, like, wow, Quinnen Williams is literally taking over this defense. But Carl Lawson is having such a great season under the radar, and that's why I made him an X factor, because if he can continue his dominance and get pressure on Josh Allen, it's going to help a lot.
I totally agree. And then LaMarcus Joyner, definitely we're going to need him to continue to step up. He's kind of an interception magnet. So if he can get another turnover, that'd be sick. I think just to add maybe a couple names, I'll throw DJ Reed in there just because Stephon Diggs is not the only talented pass catcher that we're gonna have to deal with. They got Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox is a talented player. So I'll throw DJ Reed in there as well, and I'll throw Jordan Whitehead in there as well. We need the entire secondary to be on point.
Carter the second.
So Carter the second as
and
well.
The reason why I highlighted Joyner out of anybody is because he's the guy that's supposed to be the communicator of that secondary, and he's going to help out Sauce a lot, right? Joyner's job is to help Sauce on the deep routes. Joyner's job is to be the back end safety. So when Diggs is going deep, and don't forget about Gabe Davis. When Gabe Davis is going deep, it's Joyner's responsibility to communicate with the DBs that they're going deep and to pick up on them. He's going to be that single high safety with Sauce or DJ Reed playing on the outside. So that's why I highlighted Joyner. This is a big test for him because he hasn't been perfect this year, but he has been playing better football as of late. He needs to tackle better because that big explosive run from Stevenson against the Patriots was terrible. The two safeties missed the tackle on that play, by the way. So the Jets have to have Joyner really, really step up in these in this matchup because we're going up against a stout defense. And Jack, I want to get your thoughts of this as well. These are my keys to victory and how we basically been playing, winning football all season. But this is my keys to victory against Patriots, the Bills. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little zoomed out.
No, I got it.
I don't know. No, that cuts it out.
That was fine. Yeah, so we got to establish the run game. Definitely, I think that was the glaring. I mean, besides Zach Wilson's interceptions, obviously, the reason why we passed 41 times, I believe it was, we just totally abandoned the run game, and I think that's an issue that we've seen with Mike LaFleur before, and I don't want to see them abandon the run. Feed James Robinson. Give Ty Johnson the ball a couple times, feed Michael Carter, obviously. But definitely do not abandon the run game because that's been, the heart and soul of this offense. Quick, easy throws for sure. I'm thinking about the game last week. It was a 3rd and 2. Elijah Moore on a beautiful kind of zig route almost. If you play Madden, the zig route. He faked like he was doing an out route and then just planted hard and then came back into kind of a slant. And it was an accurate ball. It would have been a nice completion. Elijah had some room to run after the catch, and it just got batted down at the line of scrimmage. That's one that's just been sticking in my head because it's Elijah Moore. Obviously, it's an easy throw for Zach that should have been made. It's 3rd and 2. That's just a tough one. So we got to hit those quick, easy throws. Guys like Tyler Conklin is going to be a big deal in that. Elijah Moore should be the guy, in terms of just, running for 2 yards and then cutting as hard as he fucking can and, running over the middle of the field, hitting him in stride, and then boom. I just can't believe that that's not happening on a weekly basis. Attempt explosive pass plays. Yeah, I just want to see Zach Wilson be careful with the ball.
And the crazy thing about that, Jack, is it gets lost in it. But Zach had 9 explosive plays against the Patriots. And what defines an explosive play is 15-plus yards. So you saw that Garrett Wilson bomb. That was a 54-yarder. I feel like that was a designed rollout. It was a perfect design play. It was zone defense. Garrett Wilson gets lost behind the zone. And, I mean, listen, I watched that play on film over and over again, and Zach Wilson could not have put the ball better. And that is not an easy throw to do on the run, 60 yards down the field in stride. And Zach has the ability to do that. So I would like to see them attempt those explosive plays on a design, right? I'm not saying off schedule explosive plays because we've seen Zach Wilson not be able to do that when there's pressure and Zach's scrambling around. That's not what I mean. I mean, take some plays where you can stretch the field because I got confidence in Garrett Wilson to get behind the defense. And I feel like he can do that. And I think Zach has an arm to be able to do it. So Denzel Mims also can get loose behind the defense as well. And we saw him having a really big explosive play late in that fourth quarter. So I think that the Jets, I want to see him do quick, easy throws, but at the same time, don't limit Zach Wilson's potential here because he has a cannon, and you got to allow him to stretch the field even against a top defense.
I agree. Like I said, the only thing holding me back is just protect the football, protect the football, protect the football. But you're right. He had a couple, before it all went bad, he had some of the best throws we've seen him make. So if he can just be smart with the football, and what I really want to
throw the ball out of bounds. Simple.
That obviously but I also there's like the amount of times when you go back and you look at the film and like so many things I've seen on Twitter this week, where Zach has an opportunity, even if it's 4 or 5 yards, like just run with it, run and slide. Like there's no need to the amount of times we see him drop back and then the pressure comes, and as opposed to trying to find any sort of positive yards with his legs, he just runs 10 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. And it either results in an egregious pick or
something that I noticed in the film breakdown I did yesterday on the stream, Jack, that is frustrating me with Zach Wilson that he needs to get better in is trusting the pocket, because when there is good protection, he has a weird habit where the pocket's good, but he feels like there's pressure when there's not actually pressure, and he's rolling out and backpedaling instead of stepping into the pocket where there's a lot of space. Like, for example, that play after the 54-yard bomb, and the Jets had 1st and 10 at like the 15-yard line or whatever it was, and he tried to hit Michael Carter over the middle. He was backpedaling too far back when there was a perfect pocket. You've watched the film. You just slide your feet, step into your throws. You're sitting there composed. He would have had a touchdown if he just did that, and there was multiple opportunities for that. So I feel like the bad offensive line play is getting into Zach's head where he feels like there's pressure when there's not pressure. So he needs to have a better feel for the game when there is good protection. Trust the offensive line, trust your teammates, stay in the pocket. And we saw him do that against the Steelers. So it's not like he hasn't shown that ability to stay in the pocket when it's collapsing and make a throw at someone in his face. Like, we've seen him be able to do that. It's not like he's never done it before. I just feel like he needs to trust himself a little more, and he's developing some habits that is concerning me where the pressure is coming to him and he has to be frantic.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a great point that you made. Trusting the pocket. I like that a lot. He's just, it's unfortunate. I forget who it was, but it's unfortunate like that right now the rest of our roster is at a point where we're I mean, at least, some of us, me and you and some people out there are still all in on supporting Zach Wilson. But we're still like, okay, Zach Wilson, you kind of got to grow up. You got to grow up fast,
Sure.
We know that there's going to be growing pains, but we need more out of you than the average, second-year quarterback right now, because the rest of our team is playing at a high level.
And we also see the raw talent that he has. It's not like he doesn't have qualities that doesn't get you excited. It's like, get that mind connected with that talent, and that's what it will be all about. And that's the issue right now.
Yeah, I mean, the raw talent is certainly there. He's just got to – I think he's got to realize, there is so much – when you see a bad game like that, you see all the stuff that worked for him in college. You see it not working at the next level. So you're like, all right, dude, like, get back to basics. But at the same time, it's like this goes back to, where Zach's in such a tough position right now because – the rest of the team is playing at such a high level. So we can't really afford to say, all right, Zach, just make the easy throws and stuff like that. Zach's gotta come up to play with the rest of the team. And it's a tough slate of games we have in the next 3 weeks, including the bye week, obviously, in that 3 week span, but the Bills and then back against the Patriots. And I'm confident that we can beat the Patriots. I think we should have beat the Patriots this time around. But this Bills game is going to be a huge test for pretty much everyone, man. I mean, but especially Zach Wilson from a mental standpoint as well. How do you bounce back from a bad game against the best team in the league? I mean, it's so much that we're asking of this kid. But with the way the rest of the team is playing, we can't afford to have him, have another.
And it is crazy. Like, he's on thin ice already, and like now he's home against the best pass defense in the NFL, who might be without their starting safety, Poyer. Hyde is already out for the season. White might not be playing. So, listen, the unfortunate reality is, Jets fans, not all of them, but majority of them are already done with Zach. And if he puts up another stinker, man, it's just going to keep spiraling. But at the same time, me and you both agree that we're giving him the whole season to really evaluate and not just overreactionary over a couple of games. But at the end of the day, he's really got to wake up. So when it comes
you have to give him the whole season, because I'm reading headlines like, Jets are sticking with Zach. Me and you were hysterically laughing when we saw it the other night, because like that's the most obvious headline I've ever read in my life. Like, who else is coming in to play quarterback? Like, obviously Zach's getting the rest of this season. He had a bad game.
And for the people saying Mike White should play in this game, check your facts. What did Mike White do last year against the Buffalo Bills?
I
what
love
did he do, Jack?
Tiki and Tierney. I love Tiki and Tierney, dude.
4 picks.
But I saw a segment this morning where they brought Joe Beningo on, like they do, or it was uploaded yesterday because it's on Mondays. And they, all three of them were like, okay with Mike White potentially like, coming in and starting at quarterback. I was thinking, what am I listening to right now? Like, I was disgusted. I was truly disgusted. Ridiculous. And it's nothing against Mike White, but I mean, besides one freak game, like Mike
White literally versed the Buffalo Bills at home last year and threw 4 interceptions. It looked terrible. I love Mike White too. The story was great. I mean, he had a historic game against the Bengals. He looked good in the first quarter against the Colts before he got injured. I'm actually happy that he got promoted to quarterback number 2, because if Zach does get injured, I'd prefer to have Mike White out there over Joe Flacco, because I do want to see what Mike White's got. But at the end of the day, that's it.
That's it, man, because Zach Wilson is the guy that we drafted 2nd overall to become the franchise quarterback, and you can't pull the plug as soon as the guy has one bad game. And what about, everybody praising him for, 6 weeks of turnover-free football at the end of last year? Kid gets injured this offseason and misses the first 3 weeks of the regular season. Comes back, doesn't light it up, has a turnover-free 4-0.
I mean, hey, don't forget, first game he's back. What did he do? He had a shitty first half, and then he won the game for us with his arm against the Steelers.
Turnover-free 4-game stretch of winning for a month straight, and then as soon as the guy has a bad game, it's like, oh, let's throw Mike White in there. It is so ridiculous, but we can't even rehash all that right now. What's up next? QB pressure.
Let's get into the defense.
Get to Josh Allen.
I mean, the defense is this is the biggest test for the defense, of the season. Obviously, we're going up against the best quarterback in the league, arguably. We're going up against the best wide receiver in the league, arguably. So I have quarterback pressure, and that comes down to Carl Lawson. It comes down to Quinnen Williams. It comes down to those big men up front. And when it comes to quarterback pressure, though, it's not just about getting pressure, but can you sack the man? Because Josh Allen is not going to go down easily.
He's a freak, man. I mean, he really is. He's
Mac Jones, we got 6 sacks against Mac Jones because the pressure was good, but Mac Jones is awful at moving. I mean, he's not mobile. He can't, right when you get pressure on Mac Jones, he's done. When you get pressure on Josh Allen, he's not done. He's just starting. So that's going to be the issue. So it's really up to the secondary, I think, is low-key more important in this game than the front, because they're going to have a big responsibility of when Josh Allen's extending the plays. They're going to have to keep rolling around, whether in man or zone, keeping up with Diggs, keeping up with Knox, keeping up with Davis down the field. So I think the secondary low-key is more important than the pass rush in this one.
I would agree. That's why I shouted out, in the first segment when I hopped on the stream. That's why I shouted out DJ Reed and Whitehead as well. I think the entire secondary needs to be on point. It's not just Stephon Diggs we have to worry about. And it's like you said, it's obviously the pass rush can force Josh Allen out of the pocket, but bringing him down and containing him is the real problem. So that's going to fall on, a lot of that is going to fall on our linebackers and members of the secondary as well, to keep him from, breaking an annoying ass, 35-yard scramble, which we know he's capable of. And he just seems to get stronger every year. He's a freak, man. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. Absolutely nobody expected Josh Allen to become the player that he is. And he
Did you hear the podcast that Josh Allen does with Kyle Brandt when he was asked about Zach Wilson?
No, I did not.
Very interesting. He had an interesting take on Zach Wilson because he brought up his second year in the NFL. He, at home against the Patriots, threw 3 interceptions, and that was the turning point of his career, he said, because he got all the mistakes out, and it was like a humbling moment for him. And Josh Allen connected Zach Wilson to himself, and he's like, yeah, I know what it's like, being in a big market in New York and not playing good football. Everyone's turning on you. Like, just getting into the mind of Josh Allen, because don't forget, I mean, Josh Allen was trash the first 2 years. And I'm not saying Zach Wilson is going to be Josh Allen. He's an outlier, but it was good to hear from Josh Allen himself talk about the Zach Wilson comparison, because obviously a lot of people are like, yeah, well, Josh Allen 2 years, right? So I definitely recommend checking that out on Twitter.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, man. And the similarities really are there, and that's why, I mean, I guess I'll just continue to say it whenever I get the opportunity. Patience, patience, patience. Don't turn on this team right now. Let this team overcome a bad game.
We're freaking 5-3, bro. We lost our first game in a month. Like,
I mean, it's so insane. Think about being a player and you're working your ass off. You're 5-3.
You win 4 straight games and you lose 1, and then you see the fan base turning on the team.
Yeah,
like, hello, don't be that fan. Don't be that fan, bro. Like, oh,
it's crazy, man.
Really?
It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, the defense as a whole really needs to have a stellar game. Third down is that's worrying, man, because we can play elite defense on first and second down, and then, you know, if Mac Jones can burn us on pretty much every third down, it felt like, besides a couple of them in the first half, especially. What is Josh Allen going to do with us with better skill players? He's a better player, much more versatile skill set. So the defense has got to be on point, man. Every phase of the defense. And
biggest test of the season, this defense.
Talk about how much special teams really impacted last week's game as well, and how it needs to find its way home again this week.
And the Bills are very good on special teams.
Yeah, I mean, Brant Boyer's unit is usually pretty consistent. That's why he's made it through 3 different head coaching regimes. But last week was just terrible all around, man. I mean, Zerloin missed a kick, which, you know, Zerloin's had a very, very, very solid year for us. Obviously, a kicker is going to miss a kick every once in a while. But Braden Mann was what was really disappointing to me, man. It felt like every time we kicked off, every time we punted, you know, the Patriots were getting the ball at their own 40, or even one time at our 40. I'm like, oh, these guys are, you know, a 1 5-yard handoff and they're in field goal range.
No, yeah, we lost the field position battle. We lost on special teams. Every time the Patriots offense started, they were in excellent field position on the 40-yard line in our territory already, and that really was a big reason why we lost.
And listen, I mean, we could speculate all we want, so why not? The final score was we lost by 5 points. So let's say a couple of those kickoffs or a couple of those punts went better and the defense did their job but didn't start in terrible field position.
And they wouldn't have given 3 points.
Because you could give up a couple first downs, but, you know, if you're starting from the 20, you're still going to end up, you know, getting punted the ball.
Yeah, there were times where the Patriots literally got 3 and out, but they're already in field goal range.
Exactly. So
like, what more can a defense do?
If the special teams really did their thing, we could have still won this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
100%.
If they weren't in range for 2 of those times out of 5, we could have won that freaking game, man.
Shout out Hennessy with the $5 super chat. What's good, my man? He says everyone wanted Zach to throw more when we was winning. Well, he threw for 350 just like Flacco did when we went 1-2. What does that show you? Listen, man, the running game is the formula to success, and I agree with you, Hennessy. Listen, running the ball is how the New York Jets win ball games. Running the ball, playing defense, special teams, and not turning the ball over. That's the key. That's the formula. That's what the Jets need to do. And but at the same time, if we get into a shootout and Zach needs to throw the ball, he needs to step up. We're going against Josh Allen here. There's going to be a time in the fourth quarter potentially where the Jets are down by 4 or 7 or 10 or whatever, and Zach Wilson has to step up and throw the ball. And we're not going to play with the lead forever. So I agree, Hennessy. The game plan should not be throwing the ball 41 times with Zach at all. So I completely agree, man.
First of all, shout out Hennessy, always a loyal supporter. We love you, man. Appreciate the dono. And it is interesting when you think about it like that. The identity of this team really is the running game, and obviously that might have to change a little bit now that we, you know, lost Breece Hall, we lost Elijah Vera Tucker. Our offensive line is like musical chairs. You know, this week we might get back. How's it looking for Fance? And
no, they're both not coming back till after the bye.
Okay. So yeah, it's we got We got Von
Same
Miller.
line as this one.
We got Von
last
Miller out there going against Ogdubowe.
Cedric Ogbuye.
Yep.
Shout out.
So,
All right, so I found the video. I want to show you guys Josh Allen's take on Zach Wilson. So this was this week, and it's very interesting. I love how he's like, oh, wait, I got to stop because I don't want to give him too much advice because reversing him. And it's like so hard to hate on Josh Allen. It really is. Like, he's such a good dude, but like still screw Josh Allen because he's so good. But yeah, listen in.
Zach Wilson, young guy, first-round pick, coming off a week in which he openly struggled. Dude, he's taken a lot here in New York City. Like, he's taken a lot of criticism. It's time to bench him. It's time to move on. You watch a lot of ball. You know a lot of ball. What do you think when you see him?
Well, again, I think it's a guy trying to make a play. And I was at that same position, you know. I threw 3 picks against the Patriots my second year, and that's kind of the game where it all clicked for me after that game. So you can take that for what it is. I think, again, I've had a lot of different talks with Zach along the way, and seeing him here at an event there, he's such a good dude. I do really appreciate how he is as a person. He's a guy that guys can get behind and really follow. Sometimes, again, it takes a little longer. It took me a while to kind of understand the nuances of this game and trying not to do too much. So I think that's kind of what it comes down to, of not trying to do too much and allowing you to trust your guys on the field with you. And I don't want to give them too much advice, you know, before we play them. So maybe next week we can have a longer talk. But again, guys got to go out there and play football, man. Like, we can't think about making mistakes, because that's ultimately when you do make mistakes, and you just got to go out there and just got to go ball.
It's really cool. 3 interceptions against the Patriots in your second year. It's exactly like him. And look where you are now. It's really, really good perspective.
What's your thoughts about that, Jack?
It is kind of scary how similar that, not even similar, how that situation is like identical. You know, it's definitely unfortunate that we have to go play Josh Allen now this week. But, you know, I think Zach Wilson has all the potential in the world for a bounce back. And I think that, like Josh Allen said, I think clearly the team loves Zach and rallies behind Zach as a leader. And I think that if we can stick to the game plan, and this guy made a good point. If we're a running style team, then Zach needs to be involved more in the running. Yeah, I don't want to see Zach taking hits like Josh Allen takes, but I mean, we see the mobility in Zach every week. So yeah, let's get Zach involved in the run game, or let's get a lot more designed rollouts for Zach where he can, as opposed to launching it down the field, he can, like I'm saying, he maybe has an opportunity to get a first down with his legs and extend a drive. So I think we got to get Zach moving.
And just go, if you want to see Zach's potential on the ground, go look up his highlights against the Jaguars last year. Like, he was, not only did he have a 52-yard running touchdown, but there was multiple opportunities where it was 3rd down and long, and he picks up the first down with his legs and goes out of bounds. And there was
against
not just
the Broncos,
that one play.
Against the Broncos, he had an awesome run where I thought he was going to get cracked, and he just like whip and just gained the first.
Like, he's got it, man. He's got it. He just has to trust himself. And like that 4th and 5 play against the Patriots, when he tried to float it to Conklin, he had the first down with his legs. He should not have thrown that ball. He should have ran it. So there's a lot of opportunities for Zach to run the ball, but at the same time, stay healthy, slide.
Yeah, that's it just comes down to we're asking everything from this kid, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he is the key. And listen, and I feel like the fact that we're saying that we're a quarterback away is like a negative thing. I think that's a freaking positive thing. We're a quarterback away. Hello? Newsflash. Do you guys remember how fucking trash this team was last year on defense? And how bad this team has been the past couple of years around the quarterback? The narrative has been, no matter who the quarterback is, it doesn't matter. The team's so trash around him, we'll never win. And now we're talking about we need a quarterback because we're a quarterback away from being good because of how talented and how good this team is around the quarterback. That's not an issue. Now, yeah, is it a quarterback issue? Yes. The quarterback position, the most important position in sports? Yes. Now, does Zach Wilson still has a chance to prove he's the guy? Of course he does. But I think it's a good thing. I hate that it's spun in a bad thing. I hate that because we have to remember where we came from. It's a different story if we've been this way for years and we still don't have a quarterback, right? If we go 5 years and we fast forward 5 years from now and we still had a great team but not a good quarterback for 5 years straight, then we have an issue. But that's not been the case here. The Jets have been terrible around the quarterback for my entire life. And the fact that we have a good team around the quarterback for the first time in years, and not only this year, but it's set up for the future, is a very good sign.
I agree, man. I mean, I see this as a journey. Every season is a journey, and I try not to, overthink an individual game. And I think the fact that I totally agree. I think the fact that this team is quote unquote a quarterback away is a fantastic thing, especially when you make a great point saying how awful our defense was last year and how they've made the jump from worst to top 5 within 8 games. It's beautiful to see, and I think the pieces are there on offense as well. Obviously, when healthy, we lost our 2 best offensive players. I think Mike LaFleur could definitely improve as a play caller.
And I also, to your Mike LaFleur point, he spoke to the media today, and I got to give him a lot of credit. He took a lot of accountability, saying it's not all on Zach with those interceptions. I got to do a better job. And he was really taking accountability. And that's what you want to hear from an offensive coordinator that has a struggling quarterback, that he says he needs to do a better job to help out the quarterback. He's not blaming Zach. It would have been worse. Like, yeah, he's got to fix this. He's got to fix this. He's got to do this. He's got to do this. He's like, no, I have to do better. So I like to hear that from our young offensive coordinator to take accountability on himself.
Yeah. And I think it's obviously Zach is the glaring, shining big exclamation point of this past loss, but you can break it down with the defense on third down and the play calling and the bad special teams and the injuries on the offensive side of the ball. And it all factors in. Every win is a team win and every loss is a team loss. So I think that it's definitely good for LaFleur to take some accountability. And we got to see, the main thing I think is to not abandon the run.
Yeah, I agree, man. The key to this game is simple. Got to be perfect against that team, bro. We're not playing just a struggling team right here. We're playing a Super Bowl team right there. So run the football, limit turnovers, play good defense, play good on special teams. You put your team in a chance to win and upset the Buffalo Bills. So, guys, let's get the final score predictions of this game. Oh, God. Are we predicting an upset? Now, any given Sunday. Now, if this Jets team wants to win back the fan base, and not me, because I'm not giving up on this team. I know that you're not either, Jack, but all the crybabies that's so upset that we lost the game after winning 4 straight. You guys will be all back if we win this game, which is probably not going to happen, but we'll see. And listen, when I say that, by the way, I'm not saying that Jets fans don't have a right to criticize and be frustrated with the team when they lose. They have every right to do that. This team has been trashed for so long. And when they see incompetent quarterback play, they're going to call it out and they're going to voice their frustrations. And in our own community, we have every right to be upset and talk about the negatives, right? But my point is, don't make it a thing and make it seem like our fan base is one that just thinks the world is ending at 5-3. I just hate that, man. But you do you root for this team how you want to root for the team. But let's get to the final score predictions, guys. And let's see who's right on Sunday. So everyone in the chat, let's see score predictions. We got 20-17 Jets. Oh, my gosh, please. 62 to Jets, 3 Bills. All right, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Another 20-17 Jets. Yeesh. 28-27 Jets. Edward says 35-17 Bills.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
27-24 Jets.
Wow.
Jets.
Damn, and Jack never picks the Jets, so that's a good sign that he's picking us this time, baby.
Because I am not abandoning this team. So I'm doing something that I never do, and I'm picking the Jets to win. 27-24.
And in that game, how do they
Pick
win
six.
that game?
Michael Carter II is getting his pick six redemption. Josh Allen's throwing a duck right to MC2, and it's going up the sidelines for 6.
With no roughing the passer.
With no roughing the passer. I think James Robinson is going to get in the end zone. I think Zach Wilson is going to have 2 touchdown passes.
To who?
I would say probably.
I think this is the Mims game.
I don't know.
I think this is the Denzel Mims game. That's a player we haven't really talked about on the stream because Denzel Mims this is his opportunity, man. Corey Davis is down, and he looked really good last week, and he's on the field a lot. Let's see Denzel Mims more. I like what I'm seeing, man.
I would love that, man. I don't know who's it going to be to. I think I only have one because I got a Robinson. One of them could be to James Robinson.
Well, you said 2 passing touchdowns. Oh, well, one of them could be on receiving. You said
on a little wheel. Yeah. Carter with the pick 6. Robinson, that's 2. 27. So maybe I can get 4 touch. It's either 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals, or 4 touchdowns with 1 missed PAT. So who knows? But it's 27-24 Jets. That's the lock.
All right. I love it. And Jets forever, that is not true. I never wanted to trade or cut Denzel Mims. I don't know if you're referring to me or other people in the chat. But when Denzel requested a trade, I was upset and I wanted him to stay on the team. So don't get that twisted, my man. Don't get that twisted. So, and I love how people in the chat, for some reason, Jack, they twist my appreciation and love for Corey Davis, and that means I hate Mims when they're not correlated at all. Like, at all. You can go across all my videos and you'll never see me say I want to get rid of Denzel Mims or anything like that. But they hear me say I love Corey Davis, and that's them thinking like, oh, that means he hates Mims. No, that's not the case. Okay?
We support all of our Jets, baby.
And Jamie's there to remember, and he vouches for me, and that's my guy. I support my Jets when a player's doing well. And this is Mims' opportunity. And I'm excited for him to seize the moment. So let's go, Jets. That's going to wrap up the stream, everybody. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Thursday. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. And I'll see you Sunday for the game. Oh my God, it's gonna be sad, bro. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be crazy. Come on, Jets, pull off the upset, would you?
JETS, Jets. Everybody enjoy your Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday.
How would you feel about this, Jack?
Imagine
I'd take it.
Oh, I'll absolutely take it.
Give me a tie. 5-3-1.
And a loss.
5-3-1 heading into the bye, Barney. I'm loving it. All right, guys. All love in the chat.
Would be sick.
Appreciate you guys. It's time for Call of Duty. Peace.
Oh, it's time.